Are you struggling to get your React production build to run in the browser? You're not alone. Many developers face this frustrating issue, and today we're going to unravel the mystery behind that blank screen. I completely understand how disheartening it can be when your app works perfectly in development but fails to load in production. It's a common scenario that can leave you scratching your head. Let's dive into the specific question at hand. One user asked, "Why won't my React production build run on the browser?" They mentioned that while everything works fine with npm start, accessing the built index.html file results in a frustrating white screen. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So, what could be causing this issue? When you build your React app, it generates static files that need to be served correctly. If you're trying to open the index.html file directly in your browser, it might not work as expected due to missing context or routing issues. Stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to properly serve your React production build and avoid that pesky white screen. To resolve the issue of the blank screen when accessing the built application, the user should first ensure that they are serving the build files correctly. Simply opening the index.html file in a browser will not work as expected. The user can use a simple HTTP server to serve the files. One option is to install a package called serve globally. This can be done by running the command npm install-g serve in the terminal. After installing the server, the user should navigate to the build folder in the terminal and run the command serve s. This will start a local server that serves the build files correctly. Once the server is running, the user can access the application by going to the URL provided in the terminal, typically http localhost 5000. This should display the application as intended. If the user is deploying the application on an Apache web server, they need to ensure that the server is configured to serve the static files correctly. This may involve setting up a .httaccess file for routing. Fun fact, did you know that React was developed by Facebook and is now one of the most popular JavaScript libraries for building user interfaces? It's amazing how far we've come in web development. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. One alternative solution is to use the serve package to run your React app. First, install it globally with the command npm install-g serve. Then, you can check the help texts by typing serve help. Finally, to serve your single-page app, use the command serve single build. This will start a server from which you can access your React application. Now, let's shift our focus to a different response. One alternative solution is to consider how you're using React Router DOM. If you're encountering issues, it might be because your routes require special handling. Instead of using the standard router, try using HashRouter. This will allow your application to generate individual HTML files for each route. With this setup, your routes will change to include a hash in the URL. For example, the root page will be accessed at atos localhost/ and the game page at http/localhost 3000/game. That wraps up that answer. Let's move on to another one. One alternative solution is to install a local server extension. If you're using Visual Studio Code, you can search for the live server extension and install it. This will give you a Go Live option at the bottom of your editor. For users of other editors like Atom or Sublime, look for similar live server plugins. Let's take a moment to review another user's answer. An alternative solution from another user suggests that the issue might be due to running the command serve-s from outside the build directory. They recommend navigating into the build directory first and then executing the command. Let's take a look at another answer from another user. One user found that an index.php file in their web root was blocking their React app from running the index.html file. This suggests that conflicts with existing files can prevent your app from loading correctly. Here's a pro tip. Always serve your production builds through a web server. It saves you from a lot of headaches and ensures everything works as intended. And there you have it. Your React production build should now run smoothly in the browser. Remember, serving your app correctly is key to avoiding those frustrating issues. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tricks.